Right. Thank you. So yeah, I just wanted you to come on and pretty much right now tell us a little bit about yourself. How long your name, of course, how long you've been with the company, how did you get started, and then where you are right now.
Okay, okay. Hello, 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 everybody. I am Brittany Harris, and I've been with the company for 3.5 years now. Ooh, I hate the
Oh,
spotlight.
okay. You want me to
No, it's
remove
okay.
it? Okay.
It's okay. No, you're fine. I've been with the company 3.5 years now. It'll be 4 years in October. I found out about the opportunity on Facebook actually. I work full time as an accountant. I work for my state tax department and I have 4 kids, 15, 12, 13, and a 2 year old. So sorry in advance if my 2 year old comes running because he has no boundaries in this house. And I am married. And when I started, I was actually in grad school as well. And I was looking for the opportunity to make extra income simply because, yes, my full time job was paying my bills, but it was not going much further than that. I was tired of working only to have just a little bit, and I like to travel. I love to get my hair done, my nails done, and things like that. And it was just time after time, I was like, dang, I done paid my bills. Now I don't got no money for that. And so when I saw a post about making extra income from my phone, I literally reached out to the person to see if it was something that I could fit into my schedule. And when she told me I could do it all from social media, I could create my own schedule, I was like, okay, bet. Now, I am not a social media person. Never thought in a million years I would ever do something like this. I am quite private and I love it here. That's one thing. I truly, truly, truly do love it. And I didn't have any experience, but I made $300 in my first 15 days. And that's literally why I stuck around. I had my family that was telling me I was crazy for starting something through Facebook. I had people saying, it's not, you're not gonna get any real money. You might have did a little bit, but you're not gonna make it, to the top and things like that. And luckily, I did not listen to that. When I got my first paycheck, I was like, hey, this is enough for me. I'm gonna keep going. And so since then, I've been able to build my savings account. I've been able to pay off all of my credit card debt. I am chipping away at those Sally Mae loans. I did get my master's degree. But I'm still like, yeah, you ain't get my money yet. But I've also been I earned Christmas cash my second year in the business. I earned a trip to Punta Cana, like your sponsor just said. I literally met her there, and I went there as a Ruby, y'all, as a Ruby. So I was not like top income, VIP, anything like that. I literally just worked my butt off. I made the decision to go. And that's what I did. I said, whatever I needed to do, I was going to do it. My husband and I had not been on a honeymoon yet. We got married in 2020, right in the thick of COVID. So we did not get to have a wedding ceremony. We did not get to do a honeymoon. I was pregnant during 2022. So, well, not 2020. I said that too quick. Pregnant during 2020. And so, either way, it was so many things that I wanted to do, but because of COVID, I couldn't. So when the company announced the trip, I was like, honey, we going. I don't care what we got to do. We are going because I'm tired of these kids. I need to get away. And so we secured our spots there. When I came back home, I was so fired up. I enjoyed meeting everybody there. And I literally decided that, okay, I'm going diamond next. I'm going emerald and then I'm going right to diamond. And so I started gathering my troops. I got one of my ladies on. That's my right hand right there. Christy, say hey. But yeah, I gathered my ladies together. We all locked arms and we started running for diamond, and we did it at 12:58. I think it was Eastern time. But yeah, so that's a little bit about my story. And I am a talker, y'all. So just keep me in line.
No, you're fine. This was great. I love that. And so you say you gather your troops because a lot of people, I have to say, the first time I went diamond, I literally went by myself. And that's most,
Wow.
yeah, that's most people's story, like in the business that's been here, prior to COVID, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, so how did the girls feel about, like, did they just like, okay, we're ready, we're running, or how did they feel?
Well, what I will say, we had a goal of going diamond for a while. So it wasn't like, one day we just say, okay, we're going diamond, but we have been pushing for it for a while. And so when they said we had the opportunity to earn the beyond bonuses, I was like, no way in the world are we going to miss this? And so we all had our own, personal goals just because of how the charting and the structure is. So I had my emerald, I had my root, I had all of those ladies ready to work and ready to claim their bonuses as well. And it's funny that you said that, simply because when I started with the business, I literally charted myself for diamond within my first 90 days. And I was so bummed when I did not go diamond the first few times, but once I actually went diamond, I realized why it had taken me so long. Diamond, to me, it wasn't meant for me to do by myself. And I told all of the ladies that worked with me, and no, I did not have a full chart of working women. So let me just let that be clear. It was myself and maybe four other ladies. Chrissy is one, and I had, two other ladies in addition to her. And so we, like I said, we locked arms, we started running. But when we actually promoted, I was like, it would not have felt the same if I had did it all by myself. Like, I wouldn't have somebody to cry on Zoom with me at 1 o'clock in the morning when we saw each suite switch over. And so even though I felt like, dang, like I should have been diamond before, because I've said that a lot. Like, I feel like I should be a lot further. I had to realize that my journey is not somebody else's journey. Everybody's journey and timeline is different. And when it's your time, it's going to be your time. And so I knew I needed to learn a little more, but of course they all say hindsight is 2020. And so I was like, now I understand. Like, I had to learn certain lessons before I could take my team diamond, because even though I was able to enroll people with the business, I was nowhere near the leader that I am right now, speaking on calls, speaking to a team, or doing anything of that nature 3.5 years ago when I started.
That's amazing. What does your day look like now that you're diamond? And like before you were diamond, now that you're a diamond, what does your day look like?
I like to say organized chaos. I am nowhere near a planner, I guess, or a schedule person. I do, however, I have a planner. That is one of my goals, to actually write in it and use it. But I do have a hourly planner, and our team, we do power hour sessions in the morning, 6:30 a.m. So I do get up for power hours in the morning before starting my workday. As I said, I do still work a full-time job. My schedule is flexible with my job, where like on days like today, I'm actually in the office half-time or part-time, and then other days I may work a full day. So while I'm at work, I can use my phone. Sometimes I use my lunch break to do one-on-one phone calls, but for the majority of the time, I'm usually just finding little pockets in between my full-time work day to send messages, or maybe put up a post, or show what I'm doing and show what I had for lunch. Once I get home, of course, I'm on mommy duty. Sometimes I'm cooking, I'm doing dishes, or whatever the case may be. My kids are in sports as well. So a lot of times I have to work my business on the sideline of the football field, or the basketball court, or the softball field, or something like that. I actually play softball as well. I told him I won't come in tonight. We had a game at 8, so I was like, no, it's late. I didn't want to drag my kids out there. And then usually I will hop on Zoom with my ladies, and we do work sessions in the evening. We know a lot of our days are crazy. And so we do like to set our next day up by sending out messages the night before, so that when we wake up in the morning on Power Hour, we have people that have already either sent us their phone numbers or maybe responded to the messages that we sent previously.
I love that. I really do because like your day and my schedule is totally different. It's because like I work this full time, but even though I work it full time, but it's still part-time basis. Like I get up, like Yatika and I we get up every day at 5 in the
Mm-hmm.
morning because that's what works for me and her. She has a full time job either, but I love the fact that you do get up an hour and then in the evening you come back. So for me,
Yes.
I work in the morning and now like I kind of free up my schedule a little bit where by 10 o'clock, 10 to 12, I'm able to work again. So
Okay.
yeah. And then after that, um, 2 o'clock from 2 to 7:30, I don't work the business. It's just my kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I love that. I don't know if anybody has any question in the chat. So thank you for being real and like because some people are like, yeah, I do this, I do that. You know, I like the fact that you said, yeah, I have an hour. And then in between time, this business literally you you can go diamond within just like maybe a couple hours a day, not
Yes.
even a full 5 hours, maybe 2 hours a day. And but like we say, you do have to have at least, lock arms with people. And like right now too, we like I have been fighting to go triple
Mm-hmm.
for the last 5 years. I think
Mm-hmm.
since 2019. I don't know how many years is that. I stopped counting. Um I did. I stopped counting. I don't it's like whenever it happens, it's happening because in God's timing, I'm not gonna put a timeline. All I
Right.
know, keep showing up, keep doing my part, it's gonna happen. Um any books that you've read that really change your mindset? Like going diamond, your mindset got to be right.
Right. Right.
What
Right.
changed
Right.
you? Like for me, it was I used to listen to Les Brown every single day.
Uh-huh.
What,
Oh, I love
what,
him.
yeah. What do you listening? What were you listening to get you to diamond?
Okay, so I've listened to several books since starting the business. One of my favorites is Mel Robbins' 5 second rule. That alone is something where I sometimes say I'm a professional procrastinator. And it will literally like get you up and rolling. Five, four, three, two, one, and do it. And another book, and I do audio books, y'all. I do not sit around and like have time to read a book. So if you don't have the time to read like a hardcover book, definitely either listen on YouTube or get Audible. A lot of times when we are doing work sessions, that is when we will listen to books as a team. Um, Also, building your network marketing business, I believe by Jim Rohn. Yeah, Chrissy just dropped it in in the chat. We literally that takes an hour to listen to. When I mean that will literally get anybody in the right mindset because it prepares you for what is to come. And I think that's the biggest thing with when we are listening to, what we are listening to, because you need to be equipped with what you're going to be faced with. And so for me, just hearing the things that he brought up, saying like, don't wish for less challenges, wish to have more skills, and don't wish for less problems, wish to have, more solutions and things like that. A lot of times we want the journey to just be a piece of cake and be easy and to have everybody that you enroll work, and it gets frustrating, but what you are putting into your head and into your heart day after day, it literally will come out of you. And so when you enroll people and they are not working, or you feel like, oh my goodness, I've said this over and over and over and over again, just know like everybody's everybody's timeline again is different, and sometimes you have to be patient because not everybody will work the way that you work, not everybody will see what you see in this opportunity. And that's one reason why I always want to show my ladies that I'm enrolling like my passion and the value. And I tell them all like, my everybody know my husband, I put him on the back burner, and not in a bad way, but when my team is calling, they know like I'm there for them. So I don't come with any excuses, and I know because this business requires a lot of you, a lot from you. And so with that piece being said, like I had to realize that as I'm working this business, I have to work this business like a business, even though it's part-time, even though I have a full-time job, even though no, I would not be put out of my house if I did not work this business. Like some people wait to work this business when they need it versus working it now so that you can do the things that you want to do, working it hard now so that you don't have to wait until you're at the end of the road and then it's like, oh my God, let me try to hurry up and get some work done and build a team overnight, because it all takes time. But it's so many other books. I can't even think of all of them, but those two have been my favorite within this past year that I've listened to. And then another one, I think it's called Atomic Habits. I do not know the author of that one, but I love that book. And I just like books that put things into perspective, because things are going to happen. Every day isn't going to be, great. Every day isn't going to be perfect. But as long as you can roll with the punches, you'll be fine. You really will be.
Oh my God, so, so good. And what stood out to me is like everybody's different. Everybody is different. And I had to learn that. I literally had to learn that to work with people, meet them where they are. I used to always say it, but I don't think I would practice it, just to be
Hmm.
honest. But right now I'm in the season where let people be, just continue to show up,
Yes.
be there for people who want it, but don't keep dragging like the same people for what? Maybe they don't want,
Yes.
maybe it's not the time for them. So I love that. What's next? What's next for the team?
What's next? Well, what's next is Double Diamond. Of course, we are running for Double Diamond. I always say that we need to enroll new blood, but we all like kind of like you said, we know that people work at different paces. And so that is something we are really honing in on as a team, finding quality people to work with. A lot of times I've found just throughout my journey, you work with people and it's more so out of desperation and out of fear, or like I have to have these people, or I have to keep. And sometimes you got to clear that chart out. Sometimes you got to start from scratch and get new blood that literally again want to do this. And that's pretty much where I am. I'm at the same place where, yes, I will enroll. I never turn down anybody. I'm going to enroll. If you want to start with me, I'm going to do everything I can to help you. But I'm also having that discernment to know, okay, when this person isn't extending their arm back, when this person isn't wanting it for themselves, I have to know when to, you know what? I'm going to keep going and keep going in the right direction. And when they are ready, I am still here. And sorry, y'all. I've had several ladies that, may have started and then they decided that, they needed to take a break. Maybe things were going on in life and they could not push through it at the time. But when the time was right, they came back and they were able to start, working their business, getting enrollments, getting business partners and things like that. So I never give up on anybody. I never think, anybody is a lost cause. But I do say that again in this season, I want to truly work with people that want to do this, people that truly have a desire to help other people, because in this business, you have to be selfless. Like it cannot be about you. Even when you enroll your first distributor, you are a leader. Somebody else has trusted you enough to say, teach me how to make some money. And we get so much more with it. Don't you cut that off. We get so much more with the opportunity than just the extra income. And I literally just told my team last night, if you are still here for the money after your first month in the business, you've missed something. you've missed something. Obviously, you're not getting on the calls that we do. Like, something is wrong, because the culture of this company and the culture of the business, it will birth a leader. It truly will. Because once you take apart or embrace this journey and sorry. You okay? Once you embrace the opportunity, you will want to share it with somebody else. Like, you won't want to sit on it and hold it in. And that's why I love this business, because, you know, where I'm from is a small town. Crabs in the bucket. Nobody wants to see you doing better. Nobody wants to see you doing more than what they're doing. But with this opportunity, I've been able to lock arms with ladies that truly are encouraging, truly want to see you grow, uplift you, and just be more positive overall.
Timmy had a question, and then I had something to say too. Go ahead, Timmy.
Okay.
So you spoke about like your mindset changing because you felt like you know, going diamond this time, like you were ready for it. Like what you, I mean, I know you listed books, but like what was the shift? And I relate to you so much because I'm in finance. I am a mom, graduated from grad school in like 2 weeks. Like, I take care of my mom who just got diagnosed with cancer. Like, it's just a lot going on. Yeah, but she's a trooper. It's like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on at once. But, you know, I guess to somebody like me, and it's funny, who's working the business, aside from everything else, what's the shift to like make it, you know, do just as good as your full-time job, show up both places, be present. And I know you said some things are going to drop along the way, right? Unfortunately, sometimes your husband, I get it. Like, I know it's not right. But one is, where the shift happened for you to actually go diamond? Like, what clicked? Like, what was it? And then how do you show up in all the facets of your life to kind of like really push through? Because I mean, I want diamond. Like, I want diamond. Like, I'm more than deserving of diamond. Like, I feel like Marlene tells me that all the time. Like, what's the problem? Like, you know, so.
Okay, so honestly, I would say the biggest shift was, and my girl, she on here, so I'll say this: 2020, 2019, December 31st. My sponsor, Upline, Tiara Tilly, she sent me a text message asking me, like, are you going diamond or what? What you doing? And I was like, I'm going diamond. I'm going diamond. Mind you, it was probably my third time saying I'm going diamond. And she said, so what do you need from me? And so I said, well, you know, I got a lot going on. I got the kids. I got the full time. I had a whole laundry list of things to tell her. And she was like, yeah, it sounds good. But are you going diamond or what? And so the mindset shift for me, honestly, was when Chrissy and Denisha, one of my other girls, I signed them up less than 30 days after I had that conversation with Tiara. And I asked them if they would get on Power Hour. I enrolled, I believe, 9 distributors that month. That January, I enrolled 9 distributors. They were the only 2 that said they would get on Power Hour. And honestly, it was an old moment because I didn't expect them to get up. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't even getting on Power Hours consistently. And so because they expected me and needed me to be there, I kind of put my own foot in my mouth. I was like, whoa, I gotta show like I'm doing the daggone thing. And I gotta actually do it. And so that shifted my mind because I have a bomb work ethic at work. It's nothing, you know, anything I put my name on, they already know it's good. And so I had to tell myself, if your name is on this business, how you gonna halfway show up when you want to show up or when you feel like it and have all these excuses? Because one thing about me, I'm not calling out of work. I don't, you know, BS around, period. I just don't. And so it was like, but that's what you're doing with the business. When you don't feel like it, when you tired, when the kids is getting on, you deciding not to show up. And so because I had those 2 ladies working with me and truly wanted to be, I was like, I gotta lead from the front because I'm not going out like no sucker. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna call you for power hour and then I don't get up for power hour. So it was almost like, think about when your kids are watching. We may, as moms, do God knows what, but when those kids are watching, we put our best foot forward. And so when I had two people that were ready to run with me, and it's still a journey. That's the thing. It's never going to be just day one, I had the mindset shift and then that's just it. So you're still going to have those days where you're like, whoo, I don't know what I was thinking. But then that's when, again, you make sure that you're pouring into yourself. And then you have to take quitting off the table and start speaking out about what you're doing. So I started speaking out like, I'm going full time with this business, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm going full time with this business. I'm going full time with this business. And I had to keep telling myself until I believed it. And then as I keep going, those little things that you accomplish, you have to celebrate them and know that you're getting one step closer to what you desire to have. And then the ladies that are joining you, you have to just know that they too will need to see you go through what you're going through and keep showing up, and have bad days and keep showing up, because that's going to be what attracts people that will do the same thing. So Chrissy, she didn't have it easy her first month in the business, but because I kept showing up, she kept showing up with me. And we might be on the phone laughing and crying at the same time, but we were working together and working through it. And it's crazy that you say your mom has been diagnosed with cancer. Like, my dad literally passed August. I started this business October 2019. My dad passed August 2019 from cancer. I literally was going through, I don't know what, and that's why I tell people this business found me. Like, it truly did. And this business, the best advice that I can give you is truly let this business be an outlet. So when life is lifing, I come here. I connect with Chrissy. I connect with Denisha. I connect with Tiara. And no, it's not a pity party. I'm literally pouring what I have and I'm taking it off of myself and giving it to somebody else. I'm giving everything I have so that I don't have to dwell on what may not be going right. And like now, he's sick. I don't even know what happened, but I'm like, you know what? I got to be on this call. I have to pour into somebody else. So even though life isn't going to be perfect, again, I just still say at the end of the day, I know what I want for this business. I know what I want for my team. And so I'm going to just keep going until that's what I always tell my team. What will you continue to do until you get what you want from this business?
Oh my God, like you just killed it. Wow, that was so amazing. And yes, and side note, everybody, I'm on here at 5 o'clock in the morning. Me and Yatika, we're the only ones on here. So if you're ready to go diamond, okay? If you're ready to go diamond every single day, sometimes I'm half asleep, but I show up. Like Yatika will tell you, she half asleep, but she gonna work. But so I'm on here, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Come on, come work with me, come get the task done and have a great, great day. But yeah, so I will until, persist until, and that's that. Um, thank you. And I was gonna ask you too, what would you tell a newbie? Because we do have some newbies on here that
Mhm.
just like brand new newbies that just started. For somebody who just starting out, like what advice would you give them? And I feel like you already did, but just a brand new, we have a few newbies on here. What advice would you give them?
Okay, so for a brand new newbie, first thing I would say is trust your sponsor. Trust your sponsor, trust the process. Know that you are here for a reason. It's a purpose. And until you find that reason, don't give up. It's not about the money. of course, we all start for the money, but we stay for so many other reasons. And so, as you are embarking on your journey, just embrace it and show up. Show up. We always say, show up to go up. You have to start showing up and acting. You know how people say, dress for the job you want, not the one you have? So, even if you just started, you have to show up. You have to really connect with your team and receive what your sponsor is trying to give you, and then apply it and then pay it forward. And so it's so much here to learn. It's not all going to be learned in one day. And that's again why you just truly have to trust your process, trust your sponsor, know you are in good hands, and that you can achieve whatever you put your mind to. Like, it sounds so cliche, but I promise y'all, when I earned the Christmas cash $5,000 bonus, I literally decided. I told my husband, look, whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna do it so I can get this money. And when they said Punta Cana, I was like, I'm gonna do it. It starts with the decision. And once you decide that you're gonna do it and there is no turning back, it's like that commit line. Once you cross it, you gotta slide in home. I don't know if anybody plays softball, but I do. Once you pass that line, you just have to go for it. And even if you fall a little short, it's next month. We don't work our business just for the day. So if you are here for the long haul, do what you need to do, be consistent, be realistic, and know that even if they say no now, it's not right now. They all come back around and they'll say, you still doing this? You still talking about those products? You still got... Yes, I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm ready and waiting for anybody that's ready for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know if anyone else have. Yes, I will. Yes, Denise. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else has any question, anything you want to ask Brittany before we leave. You can unmute or put it in the chat. Other than that, does anybody have any questions? Or
I do have a quick question. I don't know if you saw in the chat. So how do you balance everything you got going on with life and pouring into and coaching your team and all the one-on-ones and all the teaching and still work your business? Because I feel like too, that's kind of where I can get unbalanced as well. So can you talk to that a little bit?
Sure. So most of my coaching or pouring into my team, one thing about me, I am not a very formal person. So I'll pick up the phone in a heartbeat. Chrissy will tell you, like, I'll call her, I'll FaceTime her, like, girl, what's going on? You know, tell me about it, or whatever the case may be. So I do not always wait for the perfect opportunity to pour into somebody or to guide somebody. If I can do it on the go, I'm willing to do that. So I do know, like, a lot of times we may think like, oh, I have to be home. I have to be sitting in front of the computer. I have to have a quiet background. I am going to coach and pour into my team with my baby in my arms, with my husband in the car, like wherever and wherever I am. But most of the time I'm doing those things in the evening. And so I pretty much just try to identify small pockets. So I would suggest getting maybe an hourly planner and then writing out what you do every day. Because a lot of times we may say, ooh, I don't have time. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. But if you write out what you have scheduled by the hour, you literally will find pockets in your day where you're like, I'm not really doing much at that time. And so sometimes it may look like, again, I'm driving home from work. That is prime time for me to schedule a one-on-one phone call with the potential, because I'm just driving. I have AirPods. I can tell somebody about the business. If they ready to get started, sister girl gonna pull the car over and get them started. So I would just say, look for little small pockets, not waiting, like I said, for it to be a perfect time, and just identifying what your team needs, because sometimes it's not necessary to have an entire Zoom call. Sometimes a quick phone call, a voice text, a screen recording, whatever I can provide to my team to help, I'm willing to do that. And then also, actually, as we are grooming, our newbies and training and things like that, I have expectations. And so Chrissy can tell you, sometimes she may come to me and I'm like, girl, we done went over this. So what you think about that? And that was something I had to learn. I had to learn that I can't be mom forever. So I have to make sure that what I'm pouring into the other person is receiving, and then they're able to use it as well. And that way it's just not all falling on me. So prime example, Nisha just got on, but when they literally enrolled within a week apart from each other, I don't know how the heck they actually got connected, but they got connected and they started helping each other. So it truly was a way for my team and my downline to be connected. And again, it not all falling on me as just the sole responsibility of helping someone else grow and learn how to do the business.
Awesome. Thank you, Yatika, for this question. I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for pouring into us, and I'm just so grateful. Anytime you need me to come over on your side, I would love to do the same. Because
Yes.
it's something about this business. Like, you're never alone. Like, it doesn't matter if your upline, your sponsor leaves, you're never alone. So I'm always about connecting with sidelines and just helping. Yes, we are one. That's it.
Yes.
Thank you. I can't wait to meet you in Jamaica, Chrissy. Oh my God.
Yes.
So if you don't mind praying over our team, we usually end in prayer. If you don't mind praying over our team before we leave, and I just want to thank you again.
Sure.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right, if everybody can bow their heads and reverence their hearts. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for allowing me to be able to speak to these young ladies. I just ask that you just bless their businesses, bless their teams, bless all the customers and the distributors that they will have to come. I just ask that you just give them the strength, the power, the focus, the encouragement, and the courage to continue to go forward and to continue to just do this business and share it with the world, because we have a vehicle to bring people closer to you, bring people closer to their own health and wellness goals, and also bringing people to their financial goals as well. I just ask that you just continue to bless us all, keep us all connected. We are one. Keep us encouraged and have us all connect together in Jamaica. Amen.
Yes. Amen. I'm excited.
Yes, me too. Thank you all for
Thank you.
having me on, and I cannot